Braves country.
Good morning. Welcome back to Braves Country. We took the day off yesterday. And why am I wearing a Brooklyn Dodger hat? Well, my mom, 78th birthday today, 78 years old. Happy birthday, Mom. She diehard Brooklyn Dodger fan, grew up in Brooklyn and as a kid, lives in Florida, still loves baseball, but she is in Brooklyn as we speak. So happy birthday, Mom. Okay, let's go ahead and get into what happened yesterday. If you missed this, San Diego was down to the Nationals 8-0 with Max Scherzer on the hill. And a rookie reliever, Daniel Camarena, came up to the plate and hits a grand slam to bring them within 8-6. Long story short, the Padres come back and win 9-8. I don't think you could have gotten a line in Vegas on that. For Max Scherzer to have an 8-0 lead and below it, wow. Walk-off sensation by the Padres, which of course helps the Braves in this case because, we're trying to chase them all down in the NL East. The Mets now have a 4-game lead over Philly, a 4.5-game lead over Atlanta and Washington. So that loss brought Washington and Atlanta into a dead-footed tie. They're both 42 up and 44 down. So what do we have this weekend? The Washington Nationals are at San Francisco. Obviously going to be a very, very difficult road. San Francisco playing really good baseball. The Phillies are playing at Boston. You got to figure Boston and San Francisco should probably win their series. The Mets have 4 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And unlike the Braves, I kind of expect the Mets to take care of business, so to speak. You just hope the Mets don't sweep them. But you would be ecstatic over a series split. They do play 1 tonight and 2 tomorrow, and then 1 on Sunday. Last night's game was rained out. A series split would be phenomenal. It would allow the Braves to possibly game a half game or even 1.5 games if the Braves can do what they need to do, which is huge. They're going into Miami where they look, the Marlins always play the Braves tough. They just do. And it's going to be another tough series. Zach Thompson's on the mound today. You've got Braves at the Marlins for 3 this weekend. In a perfect world, Atlanta goes in and sweeps them. And Philly and Washington get swept, and the Mets lose 3 out of 4, and they're right back in the thick of things. But that's not how this year has gone. What I would take this weekend is I would take if the Braves can win 2 out of 3, that would bring them within 1 game of 500 going into the All-Star break. Now, obviously, if they can sweep, they go above 500. But to just be within sniffing distance of it would be incredible. And I can't get greedy at this point. I really can't. If we can get within 1 game of 500, get to the All-Star break, reset our guys, we're going to be getting some guys back. You never know. At that point, we're going to be sitting at 89 games. So you'll have 73 left. You come off the All-Star break. You got about 2 weeks before the trading deadline. In these next couple of weeks, we're going to find out if the Atlanta Braves are going to be buyers or sellers. I don't think they're going to make a move during the All-Star break just because I think they're going to want to see where are we in a couple of weeks. And if we have fallen off because they've got a tough road, we're going to get to that in 1 second, but they've got a tough road to hoe. I just don't think you're going to go and pile up prospects to try to make a run. In fact, there's more likely that we start selling guys like Morton, guys like Smiley. Pablo Sandoval could be a guy that someone might want to pinch hitter off the bench. Will Smith might be a guy that I don't think they could move him considering what he's getting paid. But you never know if someone gets really desperate needing a lefty. Other things that could happen would be Almonte and Heredia and Arcia. Those would be good pieces to move to a team that's a contender. Now, as far as guys, what are they going to do with Kyle Wright and Bryce Wilson and whatnot when you have all these other emerging pitchers? I think they'll deal with that in the offseason. And one of the things they might want to do is start considering moving some of these guys to the bullpen. You could save a lot of money, and you've got a lot of talent in this farm system if you just build through the bullpen. Tuki Toussaint, by the way, I think he struck out 10 guys last night. He should be on his way up. Now, I don't expect him to be a starter when he comes up, but we'll see what happens. But there are some guys. Now, if we get hot and we can make a run, then maybe Tuki Toussaint could be a guy on his way out in a big trade. But I don't fully expect that. I think they'll hold on to Tuki. I think they're more likely to move some of the veterans, the guys that they don't have control over. When the Braves come out of the All-Star break, and I know a lot of Braves fans are still salty over the All-Star break, and I'm one of them. I have no desire to watch an All-Star game that should not be taking place anywhere but Atlanta, Georgia. You took a lot of money out of the Atlanta businesses. There was it was a political junk game that business owners are stuck in the middle of. But with that being said, when they come out of the All-Star break, they've got 3 at home against Tampa. They've got 3 at home against the Padres. They're at Philly for 4, at the Mets for 4, and they will be at home against the Milwaukee Brewers on the trading deadline. Trading deadline is the 31st, which is a Saturday. That will be in the middle of a 3-game set with the Brewers. If they can keep their head above water, find a way to get some W's, find a way to have a winning record, and get past that is probably the most difficult part of their schedule by far. When they get into August, they're at the Cardinals, but this is not a very good Cardinal team at this point. They're home against Washington, home against the Reds, at Washington. That's going to be a key part of their schedule as well, because how you do against one of the teams that you're trying to knock off, at the Marlins. August sets up to be difficult, but not unmanageable. When you look ahead to September, they've got a chance. If they can just be in it, they've got a chance, y'all. They're going to play the Rockies to start September off. They're going to be home for a long stretch against the Nats, Marlins, and Rockies. And if the Nats were to fall out of it in the next few weeks, you're not dealing with Scherzer, and they might shut down Strasburg for the rest of the year. They're going to finish the season off at San Francisco, which you don't like that, but they're also going to be at the Diamondbacks. Get some payback there. At the Padres, who could be setting up their bullpen at that point, or their rotation, excuse me. At home against the Phillies, and then to end the entire thing. If you're in shooting distance, you're going to get the Mets at home for 3 in Atlanta to end the season. That's the key number. If they can get within 3 games to finish the season, to finish the month of September, October 1st at home against the Mets, October 2nd at home against the Mets, and October 3rd at home against the Mets. I know you don't want to go into that series needing a sweep, but if you can be within 3 games, you got a chance. So that's what we're looking at, and that's what is basically on the horizon for the Atlanta Braves. Right now, sitting 4.5 games out. You're talking about having to outplay the Mets 6 games back in the loss column. They have to make up at least 3 losses in the loss column with the Mets over the next 70-ish games. It's doable. You're going to get Enoa back. You're going to get Travis d'Arnaud back at some point. All this going towards the end of July into early August. If you've got a shot at this, d'Arnaud, by the way, is another one that if they fall out of it, and they just totally fall flat on their face coming out of the All-Star break, he's another one they could definitely move. Because remember, this is the end of his deal, and they're not going to bring him back, I wouldn't think, because he's going to command a lot of money. And they're probably going to move forward with William Contreras, who got sent down, but I think by next year, it's William Contreras' job to lose. It's either going to be him or Langoliers. At some point, the kid's got to play. But this weekend, looking at this weekend particularly, as we end this, the Braves are going to go tonight. The first pitch, 7:10. Thankfully, it's a little earlier. I'm so tired of the Marlins. So tired of having to listen to their stupid broadcast team. I might have to rig something up tonight because I can't listen to the broadcast. And what gets me about these Braves fans is they murder Chip Carey constantly. It's only the sheep on Twitter that do it, but they murder him constantly. Oh, he's so terrible. He's going to take a listen around the league. Chip Carey is elite. If you don't realize that, you're a spoiled dumbass. Listen, do yourself a favor. Listen to the Miami Marlins broadcast tonight. If you get the MLB package and you're sitting where you could navigate both, listen to the Miami Marlins broadcast tonight. And then go back to the Braves broadcast. Go back and forth. I challenge you that sometime this weekend. Brutal. The Miami Marlins broadcast team is brutal. Braves are so much better. Give me Tom Glavine and Chip Carey and Jeff Francoeur any day of the week over about 75 to 85% of the other broadcasting teams. And it's not even close. But anyways, the Braves will go to the Hill tonight with Morton on the mound. Need another good outing from him. Thompson's been tough. Need a good outing from him. They need a good outing from him. He's been tough. He's only had a few starts. He's 2-2 with a 2.25 ERA. So this is going to be another tough game against the Marlins. Not looking forward to going up against Thompson again. And then we're going to face Rogers tomorrow night. 2.22 ERA. He's only 7-5 on the year, but his ERA speaks for itself. He is elite. It's dumbfounding that the Marlins aren't better than what they are. Because they've got very good pitching. I'm not expecting a lot of runs this weekend. Max Fried and his ballooned, bloated 4.66 ERA, nothing compared to what we saw last year. He's just been god awful comparatively. He's been about average if you look at him from the big standpoint. Man, he struggles. That's you got to give the advantage, a slight advantage to the Braves tonight. You got to give the advantage to the Marlins tomorrow night. And then the Sunday game, 1:10 Eastern, first pitch. Lopez, he's going to be fired up. This is the guy that got ejected. One pitch. He's got to be fired up. He's going up against Anderson. I hate to say it, but I think Lopez, I think the Braves are underdogs to win this series tonight. I mean, this weekend. They really are. The offense is going to struggle against those 3 pitchers. Are you kidding me? Lopez, Thompson, and Rogers. And we're sending 3 good pitchers to our own right. But, man, Max Fried, you got to do something, buddy. All right, we will see you. Not going to do a show early next week because there's no point in it. There's no baseball. So we will be back when the Braves come back, which I believe is Friday. Let me double check that. Unless something big breaks. If we make a big trade, I will definitely be here. But unless something big breaks, I believe there's only one game. Yeah, there's only one game in Major League Baseball on Thursday next week, and that's Yankees Red Sox. The rest of it, everyone comes back to work on Friday. So we'll see you next Friday for Braves Country, and we look forward to it. We will be doing other shows throughout the week on the Armchair Quarterbacks. Have a great day and great weekend. Get you some sun in the pool. God dog it, Braves. Can we get 2 or 3? Can we beat the Miami Marlins? Can we beat the Marlins? We couldn't beat the freaking Pirates. Can we beat the Marlins? We'll see you.
You're in Braves country.